Hey, what's up everybody? It's Rex here with Carpentry Plus. We are continuing on in our series following through the progress or process of this built-in office project. And we are at the exciting stage where we get to start actually assembling something after several videos worth of prep work. So we've got our face frame parts all cut. Our joinery is cut in those, which we did in the last video, and now we're ready to assemble. So first thing we do is now we're ready to reference back again to our drawings. So I've got one of the drawings out so that I can go through and find, first thing I want to get is all the parts on the table, which I have here for, this is one of our bigger upper units for this build. So all the parts are here on the table, and the first step here is to start getting some layout done and having some marks done. That way we're not in the middle of trying to glue up and screw and get these assembled and attached while we're trying to figure out where parts go. So the first thing is to get them, get some layout done.
Another important aspect worth noting about performing the layout before beginning the assembly is double checking for any errors, confirming all the parts are the right size. So as you lay out, you'll usually find any mistakes that you have, and you can make that correction before beginning the assembly.
Okay, now we've got all our parts marked out, we're ready to assemble. So the next step I'll do is I'll go ahead and preload all of my screw holes with screws. Okay, so now we're ready to assemble. With this one being such a large cabinet, I'm gonna actually move a few pieces out of our way. I like to work from the center out. As opposed to putting together the perimeter and then filling in some of the parts, the other cross members. The main reason for that is because we're going to glue all these joints. So if you've got the perimeter put together and you're trying to squeeze in parts inside that perimeter, a lot of times you're scraping off the glue, and I feel like that's kind of defeats the purpose. So we're going to start from the inside out. So we've got our vertical center piece. We're going to get some cross members on, and then we'll kind of just work our way out, and then we'll get our perimeter put on at the end. Okay, so the basic assembly of a pocket hole joint is pretty straightforward, I think. One thing I want to do is glue these joints. So I've got a little tub of glue, so a brush. I'm going to brush that on. I want to get full coverage. I don't want just a little bit on there. I don't want to put a little bit on there and smear it with my finger. I want to get full coverage on that, on the end grain there. Okay, now we'll put our piece in place, clamp that joint. All right, now here's another helpful tip. You can see here we're on a piece of 3/4 inch MDF that we use on top of our assembly table, and that allows us to clamp our piece and the MDF all at the same time. So we know that our face is flush and we're secured here tight. If we don't do this, then we're trying to hang over the edge to clamp that joint. So this just allows us to keep our work pieces on the table, fully supported as we assemble the joints and screw the screws. All right, go to the other side. All right, well that's pretty much the process for assembling a face frame cabinet with pocket hole joinery. This is one of the, like I mentioned, one of the uppers in our office build. Sometimes I question why I build things so big, but here we are, still doing it. Anyway, I hope you found the video useful, and stay tuned for more in this series as we follow along the process of this large office built-in. Please subscribe and stay tuned for more. Thanks.